You might be asking me, hey, does it become a crime when Nigerians and Somalis try, pull up on Brown's brand? In fact, let me sit down here. Pull up on, Brown's brand and try to tell Brown what he can do and can't do. I'm saying it becomes a racial matter. I'm saying, hey, let me just break it down to my culture, man. Hey, and I think it's important to address this. I'm saying Brown is Southeast Asian. He's from Sri Lanka, Southeast Asia, right? Sri Lanka Tamil. I'm saying. Now, if I'm going to give this some perspective, right? So, if say, I don't know. Let me give an example, right? I think example is a great example, right? So, if someone pulls up to a bunch of Germans, right, and these people are from, I don't know, say from some parts of Europe, which I'm saying, say a country like Slovakia or Czechoslovakia, and they pull up to Germany and they tell a bunch of Germans, hey bro, like you should do things your way, our way. Your way should be our way. German will turn around and be like, you know what, think this man. You know what I'm saying, because it becomes a breach of cultural barriers. You know what I'm saying, I think culture is great. I think multicultural is great. I think London is a multicultural location. I mean, there's people from many demographics. I'm saying many countries. But what I'm trying to get at is this. I'm saying I'm Sri Lankan, Southeast Asian. Now the issue is like you've got these Somali hijabis and also Somalis. And also these Nigerians pulling up on a Southeast Asian man because I make content, and it's not because they see my content and it's out of it's breeding from jealousy and envy, man. I'm saying these people literally pulled up trying to like convince an entire community, any communities I went to, that apparently I was the issue. I'm saying, but they were scapegoating me, trying to use identity theft, trying to claim that I'm someone that I'm not. I'm saying, hey, look, listen. When was the last time you heard like some Sri Lankan on the news? I'm saying, maybe I'm the first one to actually talk about this entitlement when it comes to people trying to tell a non-black person, and I'm not racist. I'm saying it's not about racism. I'm saying, but if I did go up to their communities and now say, hey, I don't like what you're doing here, bro. I don't like what you're doing here, bro. I'm not committing no crime. I'm not breaking the law. You know what I'm saying? I'm just living my life. I get the air guitars out and I just do a little, rave and a dance. And if it's gonna bother some people that's not from my culture, because my opinion bothers them about things that I talk about, which comes from from an intellectual point of view, but it has intellectual capacity. You know what I'm saying? I'm using my mental capacity, but I just want to be able to just get in depth with my trauma culture, right? So depth of knowledge, right? I mean, everybody out here has some knowledge about something. So I'm saying, some people are, out here could be multifaceted with their knowledge. They could really have a span when it comes to understanding a subject matter. For example, AI, robotics, tech, business, traditional business. I mean, cooking, whatever. So I'm saying, playing a guitar. So I'm saying, whatever. Someone has some form of knowledge out here. I mean, in public, someone has some form of knowledge, right? Now, what I'm trying to get at is, like, if someone has some knowledge about, cooking, Italian dish, right? Like, say a lasagna. Now, I hear, like, now someone goes up to this person asking, like, what's your take on, cooking lasagna? And this person's like, hey, man, you have to put the layers up, man. You have to put these cheese and some mozzarella or some bullshit, I'm saying, like, to create these layers, put it in the oven for this long. Now, this other person that's asking this person goes up and says, hey, look, listen, hey, man, you know what? You're wrong, bro. You're wrong, you know what I'm saying? Now, who's right, who's wrong? And the person who's, chef who's cooking, he probably is right. The other person who's probably a chef, but he has his own way of making something or making some, whatever craft they're in or industry they're in. What I'm trying to get at is this, look, listen. Now, the Somali community, the Nigerian community is not my community, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know their culture, no, I give a fuck about their culture, you know what I'm saying? I'm a Southeast Asian man. The same way, I'm wearing a cross, you know what I'm saying? My religious, like I tell you, I'm not religious, it's not about, it's about being human, right, you know what I'm saying? So, now I need to know why, I have to make this video, right? Why these hijabis are, the Somali community, especially like medical officials, so invested in Brown, when Brown is just trying to build the brand, to say, it goes back to this, which is I think somewhat like, from my observation, is that they feel inferior to me making content. I'm saying they feel inferior to me putting content out. I'm saying, I mean, I talk about climate change. I talk about the, you know, the 2030 goals, the 2050 net zero goals. Probably like, you know, what is it? The gas, what is it? Carbon emission. We're talking about, you know, marine life. I made a video about it. I'm saying, then I talk about tech. Then I talk about robotics. Then I talk about mental health and well-being, where I'm talking about this holistic aspects of, you know, approaching health. I'm saying, when it comes to mental health and whatnot. I'm saying, now the thing I'm trying to get out of my trauma culture is, we got these communities now pulling up. Now we got all these communities pulling up. Like, you know, look, listen. Now I got all these communities pulling up. Like, you know, where I'm trying to build a brand, and they got an issue. Like, they're like the naysayers, the haters, the hecklers pulling up, and they're like, oh, you know what, man? The video was like, okay, bro, but he's doing the air guitars for too long, bro. I'm saying, he's doing the air guitars for too long, bro. We can't fuck with that, bro. And I'm like, why even watch my content? I'm saying, I'm about, you know, when I say my trauma culture, I'm trying to, you know, have my trauma culture. Someone that's, you know, got vibes with me. I'm saying, I'm not gonna turn up to a party with a bunch of people that, you know, are nobodies and they think I'm a nobody. I'm saying, I'd rather, you know, pull up to a party or a celebration or whatever, right, with people that want to, you know, vibes with me. I'm saying, like, you know, they want to fuck with me, I fuck with them. I'm saying, they want to promote me, I promote them. I'm saying, and that just comes back to human nature. Like, people like familiar stuff. I'm saying, I'm Sri Lankan, I'm Southeast Asian. I probably would turn up to a I don't know, Southeast Asian event or you know, Sri Lankan event. I'm saying, Sri Lankan Tamil event. I'm saying, now the issue is, when you got communities pulling up, like the Somali community, the Nigerian community, the Indian community, the Punjabi community, I'm like, hey bro, man, it's a free world, bro. I'm saying, these communities are pulling up because, look, when you're doing something that's not worthwhile, you know, people won't be talking, or people won't be heckling. I'm saying, or people won't, you know, harass you. You know what I'm saying? But when you're doing something right, these people will pull up. And these people pull up, and a lot of times people might be like, hey bro, but you know, are you a good person or a bad person? Because these people pull up and be like, oh, you know what, he said fuckity fuck. You know, get the air guitars out, fuckity fuck. Saying he swore, he's a bad person. I'm like, what does me swearing got to do with you? And what does me swearing got to do with being a good person or bad person? I'm saying, I mean, you know, scientifically it's proven that, you know, people that swear are way more trustworthy than people that don't swear, like don't want to save faces. I'm saying, what I'm trying to get at is this, just hear me out, right? Now, we got the Indian community, the Punjabi community, the Somali community, the Nigerian community, the South Korean community, pulling up on Brown, because Brown offended them, to say, because Brown is free, being a free spirit, man. Hey look, a great country like the UK, man. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, there's fuck all to look at, to say, but look at the great country like the UK, yeah, with the United Kingdom out here, right? Where there's democracy. What does democracy state? Democracy states that, you know, everybody can coexist together and have a great fucking time, regardless of, you know, race, regardless of religion, regardless of gender, regardless of whoever you are. So we can all get along. I'm saying. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because people need to know people need to know the truth. I'm saying, community is not pulling up, right? And you know, coming back to what I was saying, right? It's about, you know, knowing your rights. I'm saying, knowing your basic right when you're, you know, walking around there back and forth, or trying to go about places. I'm saying, because I do filming, I know what I'm talking about. Now, let me just try to you know, establish something. Right? So democracy clearly states, and it's one of the human rights, right, which clearly states right to life. Right to life is one of the articles of human rights. Right? Human rights, right to life, clearly states that we coexist together, and nobody's allowed to, you know, infringe your rights or infringe your bullshit. I'm saying. So what I'm trying to get out of my trauma culture is this. Look, listen, I make content, and these people that's trying to do this whole medical fraud and trying to, you know, scapegoat Brown because Brown's just being brilliant, it's a reflection of their insecurities. I'm saying, and I gotta tell you, like, these, you know, South Koreans, these Nigerians, these Somalis, these Punjabis, these Indians, they're not my community. I'm a Southeast Asian man, I'm Sri Lankan. I'm an island man. I'm saying, if you pull up to, you know, Ireland and ask an Irish man, hey man, like, you know, can you stop going to the pub and drinking? He'd be like, fuck no, boy, just get on my face, boy. I'm saying, that's what an Irish man would say. I'm saying, now, a bunch of Somalis and Nigerians pull up to an Irishman and say, hey man, you know what, you can't be drinking at the pub, or like, you know, it's not good for you. The Irishman will be like, who the fuck are you to tell me what I can and can't do? Have I broken the law? Have I committed any crime? Fuck no, do you know what I'm saying? Now, the issue is, Sri Lanka is a Buddhist country, do you know what I'm saying? I'm Tamil, do you know what I'm saying? I'm a Christian. In fact, I've got Hindus and, you know, Christians and Buddhists in my family, do you know what I'm saying? Now, the issue is this. What's important is to understand, you know, right to life, right? Human rights, UK. International human rights is about 30 articles. When it comes to United Nations Human Rights Council, there's about, you know, 13 to 15 articles, right? But the main article is right to life. You coexist with anyone in your surrounding in the UK or around the world, right? Well, some countries are dictatorship countries, I'm saying, run by some silly Islamists trying to like impeach or infringe people's rights, I'm saying. So what I'm trying to get at is this, look, at the end of the day, what it comes back down to is understanding right to life clearly states that everybody could, you know, coexist together, get along together, get, you know, be, you know, coexist as a community. But when people from other communities or other religion or other bullshit try to infringe your right, especially like I got apostle, am I religious? Fuck no, I told you that. But when they try to infringe your right, basically, like if I, like example, if I say I want to go to a strip club right now, just say as an example, if I wanted to go to a pub, if I wanted to go and you know, like right now if I'm sitting out here, taking some girl on her neck, which I'm saying, some cultures would turn around and be like, oh, he can't be doing that. That's out of order, I'm saying, because that's basically all based on their perception of what reality is to them, to say. So crime now that you're picking some girl sitting at this bus stop and someone's from a strict culture is like, hey boy, you can't be doing that. No, it's not crime, I'm saying. If I was to be out here and if I was like, you know, just standing up and I was like, you know, some squatting and just, you know, raising my leg, doing some like, you know, like, just, you know, trying to exercise some stuff on a bus stop, right? Is that a crime? Fuck no, it's not a crime, I'm saying. The only time, you know, someone can actually come and speak to you is when you have committed a crime or, you know, you have broken the law. And the only person that can come and speak to you is someone off the law, which is a police officer, which I'm saying. But, you know, in society, what you gotta realize, you get Karens and Kevins, they pull up in all shapes and sizes, man. Mataba culture. For me, it's, I'm gonna be honest, for me, it's like, there's Nigerians and Somalis, there's Punjabis and these Indians, and these Afghanis, and I'm like, I'm not from a country or culture, bro. You know, my country's a Buddhist country, I'm saying. How are you gonna come up trying to tell your strict culture to a country that's a Buddhist country? You know, China is a Buddhist country. You know how peaceful China is, I'm saying. I mean, look at, you know, the countries that's going on, Singapore. All these countries are Buddhist countries. I'm Sri Lankan Tamil, I'm saying. So when someone comes up and tells you that, hey, like, you know, we don't like what you're doing, especially these Nigerians, Somalis, and then these Indians, these Indian Punjabis, and then Afghan Punjabis. So I'm like, you lot don't run my life, I'm saying. In fact, you know what? You lot are trying to, you know, impose your will on me, and you're trying to, you know, impose your insecurities onto me and trying to scapegoat me for being British, I'm saying. I mean, we all got a British passport, but then again, like the level of what you can do and what you can't do, some people don't know the difference, I'm saying. Some people's cultural barriers will hold you back. That's what I'm going to tell you, tell my culture. Some people's cultural barriers, cultural nuanced, you know, belief, cultural crap will hold you back. And so when these Somalis and Nigerians try to pull up to a Sri Lankan man, a Southeast Asian man, regardless of where you're from, whoever's watching this, right? If someone tried to pull up to you as well, my Chama culture, right? Impose their will and infringe your rights because of their cultural crap. Now you might say on your video, you know what, man? I like some, you know, girl in some white bikini, right? Is that a crime? No, it's not a fucking crime. I'm saying, in fact, you're exercising your opinion, which is one of the human rights, which is right to freedom of expression, right? You're allowed to say what you want to say, I'm saying. But when you got cultures, when you got religion, when you got strict cultures trying to come up and, like, example, if I, you know, make a video in the future with some girl in a bikini right next to me, right? And I'm like, you know what, here's a girl in a bikini, bro. You know, she's good looking, I'm saying. Some cultures from strict cultures or strict religion will see that and be like, you know what, man, he's a bad person. Jacob Brown is a bad person, bro, because Jacob Brown got a girl in a bikini and he's trying to objectify women. And I'm like, no, the girl wanted to be in a bikini, and in fact, you know what, she loves being in a bikini. And in fact, I'm going to promote, you know, that's woman empowerment. To Jacob Brown, now what I'm trying to get at is, like, you know what, people only can, you know, perceive things from their set of beliefs, which I'm saying, like, you know, they have their own limiting belief and they go their empowering beliefs, I'm saying. But a lot of people from strict cultures or strict religion, like, you know, that, you know, is built upon dogma. I'm saying you've got dogmatic beliefs and dogmatic religion. I'm saying, so when you got people that's in a religion, or like, you know, and I'm not talking about any religion can be dogmatic. I'm saying you got some freaking religious fanatics out there, like, you know, I wear a cross. Does that make me like, you know, the Pope of England? Fuck no. I'm saying, because I want to go drinking, like, you know, go see some good-looking, pretty young thing somewhere out in the world. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm young, I just finished my 20s. So I'm saying, what I'm trying to get at is, you know, people only see you from their cultural barriers or cultural belief, and it comes from dogmatic beliefs, which is built upon some bullshit. I'm saying. So my time, my culture. Look, listen. With my stories, that I got these Nigerians, these Somalis sort of pull up on a non-black person. Then I got these Indian Punjabis and African Punjabis sort of pull up on a non-Indian, non-Punjabi person. And I just turn around and say, you know what, man, you can do what you want to do, because when I pull you over to, you know, county court, magistrate court, or when I pull you over to some, you know, courts within the legal system and ask you, who do you think you are, trying to like, you know, impose me, trying to live in a country that's democracy, in a country that values differences and, you know, values individuality, like a great country like the UK, right? We're here to come up and, you know, bring your dogmatic belief, strict bullshit, and your religion to me. I'm saying, I'm wearing a cross. I'm saying, what is this? Like, it's not even about wearing a cross, man. These people are Karens and Kevins. They use their strict cultures and religions to. They're fanatics. I'm saying, they literally like absolute. They cuckoo. I'm saying, for cocoa pops. I'm saying, they went nuts. I'm saying, so what they will do, they will literally come up and they will try to infringe your rights based on their cultural beliefs, their dogmatic religion or dogmatic belief, and say that because you're doing this, because now Jacob Brown, you know, has his you know, girl in a bikini and she's like on his video now, Jacob Brown is objectifying women. Jacob Brown is a womanizer. Jacob Brown is a bad person because he's objectifying this woman. And I'm like I said, no, it's not even about that, bro. I'm saying, I just asked the girl, do you want to be on a video? And she just said, you know, can I just wear a bikini? And she's wearing a bikini. In fact, you know what Jacob Brown is doing? Women empowerment. For me, you know, girl in a bikini is women empowerment. I'm saying, for some strict cultures or strict religion, like, you know, these Somalis and Nigerians, which is part of the strict religion, like wearing the hijabis or something, all right? And no disrespect, they will see the girl being in a bikini and me just chatting to the girl on a video. They will see that and be like, oh, that's not good, bro. And I'm like, that's your opinion. I'm saying, I'm empowering the woman, man. I'm saying, I'm empowering women when the girls in bikini. But they will come up and it's like an act of rebellion, innit? You know what I'm saying? Like, for me, it's like more like, hey, man, you don't need to know that you're living in the UK. You don't tell people how to live. You know what I'm saying? If I wanted to pull up and have a girl in a bikini, or like, you know, go to a bar or sit there with a bunch of Jack Daniels and Ciroc and get some Courvoisier and some brandy, some cognac, some wine, some Glenfiddich, and sit there with a bunch of, you know, lads and girls and make a video having a chat, which I'm allowed to do. I'm saying, but then people strict bullshit, strict culture, strict, you know, fanatic, you know, religious, you know, bullcrap, right? They will try to infringe you and say, you gotta believe what we believe. And I'm like, you know what, fuck no, bro. I'm living in one of the greatest countries in the world. It's democracy. I'm saying, I do what the fuck I want to do. If me living and me making content really bothers you, don't check my content. Don't promote me. I don't promote you. I'm saying, I go promote, you know, some Jack Daniel barrels from Tennessee and probably some, you know, pretty young thing from Playboy. I'm saying. Now, the reason why I'm talking the way I'm talking is because being on social media, you kind of realize that, you know, now I'm talking about girls in bikinis and drinking, and they be like, "Are you wearing a cross, bro? Are you the devil?" And I'm like, "What is this, man?" I'm saying, whatever you do in life, man, people's gonna always talk, bro. I'm saying, you just gotta find yourself a pretty young thing, man. I'm saying, and you know, just go get it, man. Go live a little, man. I'm saying, people that don't live, like, they don't want to go experience life, want to just impose their bullshit onto you, and especially it's these strict cultures and these religious fanatics. I'm saying, from any religion. I'm saying, it doesn't matter what religion, any religion. You got like some religious fanatic from this religion, any religion. I'm saying, but like I said, you know, Somalis, Nigerians, Indian Punjabis, Indians, African Punjabis, they don't want my life. I'm a non-Punjabi person. I'm a non-black person. I'm Southeast Asian. I'm Sri Lankan. My country's a Buddhist country. If you go to Sri Lanka, right, I'm Sri Lankan Tamil, you kind of see how free people are because it's a Buddhist nation. I'm saying, you know, the majority of religion is a Buddhist country, man. Sri Lanka. I'm saying, it's a small island, but it's alive there. People are chilling there. We go speak openly. I'm saying, like, everyone like pretty much everyone like fucking extroverts. I'm saying, so hey, I'm gonna get it, man, but it's not, you know, This videos is not there to have a go at any religion. No, it's not having a go at It's just to point the fact that if Brown is making content to talk about something, he's not about talking about something. I'm saying, I don't wake up having hate in my heart. But then again, when you're on the social media space, man, when you do what I do, man, I make content about mental health and well-being. Then I make content on tech, robotics, art, then I talk on climate change. Whatever I'm talking about, man, is helping someone. So I'm saying I want to be able to share to my community, the larger collective of the social media space. But then again, there's going to be people that's pulling up and they're going to see me just, getting up and, just like, a no-go for some cultures in it. I'm like, what, so be it, man. I'm saying, like, I don't wake up trying to, put a face for people. I'm saying, I think people, when they see my content, is I got no filter. I'm saying, I say how I feel, and that's why a lot of people might feel a certain way about me. I'm saying, but when people get to know me, like as a friend or like as a family, like I'm there for them. Do you know what I'm saying? But then again, on the social media space, I'm trying to go by this quote by Socrates. Socrates is a Greek philosopher. He talks about this, right? What Socrates clearly states is this. Socrates, what he's talking about is this, right? Is that I'm not here to, teach people something. I'm here to get people to think, especially in a country like democracy, right? That, values people's freedom and bullshit. I'm saying, what's important is that, hey man, nobody can come and tell you what to do and what you can't do, man, because that becomes a breach of peace, your peace. As long as you're not committing no crime, you're not breaking the law, bro, go make some air guitars, bro. Go make some love, bro. I'm saying, go fly, don't be fucking Icarus, fly off an edge thinking you go wings because Red Bull gives you wings. Fuck no, just, you know what I'm saying? Hey man, I'm gonna go. Love, and anyway, this is just a video just to point out any Nigerians or Somalis, with hijabis and any people that's not from my culture, the Indians, Punjabis, African Punjabis. If you come up to an infringe of my right, knowing that I'm educated about it, I'm just gonna pull up and tell you. I'll probably have to, have people coming up and speaking to the community, because your job is not to change Brown. If your job is to change Brown's brand, you made the biggest fatal mistake. Because I'm still gonna go and I don't know, fucking do some snowboarding in like Switzerland. I'm saying, with some like there's some good looking snowboarding females, man, out in Switzerland. I'm saying, I saw a video. I'm saying, like, hey man, I promote individuality, man. Go be yourself and do what the fuck you want to do. I'm saying, and show up for yourself, man. One life, no regrets, man. I'm saying, like, don't be stuck to some narrative or like some dogmatic belief someone trying to put on you. Go get it. I'm saying, that's the brand. Brown's brand is about understanding individuality, being able to accept other people's difference, but also enjoy your essence. I'm saying, and people's gonna get mad. Fuck them. I'm saying, hey, peace and love, man.